G'day, welcome to Todd's Kitchen. KFC is one of those things you don't really want to have too often, but when you do, they taste fantastic. Especially with those secret 11 herbs and spices. But I'm going to do my own version today. While it's not exactly the same, because I don't want to be sued, I guarantee it's going to taste pretty much the same. Pretty much. So join me today as I make my version of the famous KFC Tower Burger. Okay, we're going to start off by making the herbs and spices. So into a bowl we're going to place in 1 cup of flour. Now we're going to add a teaspoon of marjoram, then a teaspoon of pepper, 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 tablespoons of paprika, a tablespoon of onion salt, a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of oregano, a teaspoon of chili powder, a teaspoon of sage, a teaspoon of basil, and a teaspoon of mixed herbs. And just mix it all together just so it's well combined. Okay, so now into another bowl, we're just going to crack in 1 egg and pour in 1 cup of buttermilk. If you can't get buttermilk, just use normal milk with a little bit of cream. And I'm just going to whisk that through until it's well combined. Okay, next we've got 1 chicken breast. Notice the skin is off and there's no bone. So I'm just going to put that into the mix. I'm just going to turn it. And we're just going to let that soak for about 5 minutes. Okay, now that we've soaked our chicken, just going to pull it out. I'm just going to drain it off. And I'm just going to dip it into our flour mixture. And just make sure it's completely covered. Okay, so now we're just going to fry up the chicken. Now I'm going to use a deep fryer for this, but you can also do it in a pot on the stove if you like. So I've got the fryer set to 180 degrees Celsius. So we're just going to put this chicken right in. And this is going to take about 8 to 10 minutes to cook completely. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes. Oh, look at that. Looks lovely, doesn't it? So we're just going to let this drain for about, say, 20 seconds. Then we're going to put on some paper towel just to drain off some excess oil. Okay, next I've got a hash brown. They can just buy these in bags, frozen in the supermarket. So I'm just going to put one in the deep fryer. And that should take about 3 minutes to cook. Okay, you'll find once the hash brown starts floating by itself and it's got a slight golden tinge on the outside, that means it's ready. So I'm just going to lift that up and we're just going to let that drain for about 20 seconds. And as with the chicken, we're just going to put it on some paper towel just to get some excess oil out. Okay, next for our sauce. Into a bowl, we're just going to put in about 4 tablespoons of tomato sauce or ketchup. And to that we're going to add 1 tablespoon of mustard. Then just give it a good mix through. Okay, so I've got a hamburger bun that I've just brought from the shops. Now I've just put it through the toaster for about a minute. You really don't want to toast it too much, you just want to basically warm it up and just slightly singe it, as in you can feel the slight hardness on the inside. So on the top one, I'm going to grab some of our sauce. And I'm just going to spread that around. Okay, so on the bottom one, we're just going to put some chopped up lettuce. Then a slice of cheese. Then our hash brown. And then our chicken. Then we just put the top on and we're done. Okay, so how fabulous does that look? So once you've brought all the herbs, this recipe is incredibly cheap to make. So I challenge you to give this a go because it really is as simple and easy and cheap. But enough of that, let's see what this tastes like. Oh, that is really good. Words cannot describe this. It tastes just like a store-bought Tower Burger. It really does. You got that distinctive chicken taste. If you add that with the hash brown and the specially made sauce, this Tower Burger tastes simply delish. Now, I don't recommend you have this sort of burger every day, but as a treat once in a while for yourself and some friends, this definitely hits the spot. It really does. Thank you for watching this episode of Todd's Kitchen. I'll leave a list of ingredients down below, as well as links to my Facebook, Twitter and Google Plus pages. Please do me a favour by giving this video a thumbs up and leave a comment, and I'll see you next time for another delicious recipe.